Hey guys, Tinker Tailor here today, bringing you another part of this stupidly big city build. Almost there. I'm pretty sure we're about halfway now, if not at halfway now. I don't really know. I haven't counted. I keep getting confused between whether or not I have 8 or 9 builds, and I guess it depends on whether or not you count as the bar as a separate one, or if you count it as a part of the hotel. But it was a separate video, but then we also had the exterior. So there's just a lot going on here. So there's like 9 or 10 videos. I think we are. Wait, yeah, that's all that matters. Um, Now this house here is. I'm calling it a share house, but in reality, it's a cult. It's 100% a cult house. So yeah, it's one of those ones that like you walk into the house and you're like, oh cool, like a bunch of people live here and share it, and that's pretty cool. And then you get to know the people and you're like, oh, this is a little strange. I'd like to leave, please. Um, and yeah, that's kind of supposed to be the vibes. They're also supposed to be kind of like, oh look at us, we're so like plant loving and eco-friendly, and you know, we're gonna save nature, and they're really not actually like that. And yeah, you can fit 12 or 13 Sims in here, depending on whether or not you want one Sim to sleep on the couch. But we have 4 official bedrooms and then 2 forced bedrooms, I guess. Like they don't actually have doors, they just have curtains over archways. Um, And I'm thinking the person who runs the cult doesn't actually live here. They live somewhere nice and comfy, in a proper house somewhere, and so they don't have to deal with this. They just come in and do their culty things and then leave. So yeah, that's kind of the weird vibes of this. I don't know what I was thinking with this when I kind of got to the point where I am with it now. But I don't know, it's kind of fun to create something kind of silly like that. And if you want to download this build and change it, absolutely feel free to change it. Again, I don't really know what I was doing with this build. But it was fun. It was also fun. We also did, so the next video that'll come out will be a really planty, like actually planty place. Similar sort of size, but meant for a single sim. I've claimed it as my house, so you guys can't have it. It's mine, where I live. Um, but yeah, it's kind of like that person who lives there is very relaxed, chilled, very quiet. Um, eh, Probably vegan, vegetarian, one of the two, but doesn't really shove it in your face. Whereas these guys kind of like shove everything in your face of what they believe and all that nonsense, so that they can try and get you to join the cult. But we all know it's a cult, so we're not that dumb. We're not going to join it. So yeah, that's kind of the weird little vibes we've got going on here. I don't really have much else to add in terms of comments for this build. They also do have a deck area on the top floor. It's undercover, so yeah, if you want to have like barbecue events or whatever, you can absolutely do that. They've got some really nice views. I kind of wish I swapped the plant house build with this one to the other side, because the plant house deserves the best views, not just because it's the one I've claimed, but it fits the vibe so much better. But unfortunately, I've already built it and I'm not changing it. And I do believe this build is slightly bigger than the plant build, like the plant townhouse. Um, so I guess it kind of makes sense. But yeah, it's not really that big of a deal. It's just I thought it would be nice. Um, but in completely unrelated other news, we still have the A to Z challenge going on. I believe we're in week S. I know it's been a while since I talked about it, but it's because I kind of forget. I schedule all the posts and set and forget. So yeah, we're in week S, about halfway through it at the moment. If you still want to get involved in that, you absolutely can. I'll be real with you. If you want to hand them in late, you can absolutely hand the builds or the tasks in late. Because we haven't got many entries this year, which, you know, I understand it's a big challenge and it's a lot. But yeah, you absolutely can hand them in late. I don't mind. I'm not that strict on this schedule, on this what do you call it, on this challenge. As long as it starts with the correct letter, you absolutely can go ahead and do that. I've been doing my builds for next year over on Twitch already. So we are, I don't want to say finished because we're not finished the builds, but we have done up to build F. And tomorrow we'll be working on build G. I was thinking about doing a little grocery store, but I don't know if I can. Just because I'm using CC for this challenge myself, even though it's a no CC challenge. I just don't know if I have enough CC. I could download more, but to get a grocery store. So I'll definitely have a look into that. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to come up with a new idea pretty quick. But because I know we've got cereal, and I know we've got. I say we. I know the CC I've got has cereal and has canned food, but that's pretty much it. Like I don't really know if it's got any other type stuff like that. So I'm gonna have a little CC shop and see what's going on there. And download some more. But it's the only set of builds I'm using CC for. So if you don't want CC and you don't want to deal with it, every other build that I do other than the A to Z challenge are CC free. So yeah. And also with builds next year, we are doing some more pack restricted builds because I just feel like I do way too many that are not pack restricted. I feel like all of the ones that I do are just whatever I want. So some of them will be pack restricted, some of them will be size restricted, so I'm not allowed to go above a certain size, although already I've broken that rule. I'm great at setting myself rules and then immediately forgetting them and breaking them or intentionally breaking them. But I am sticking with the pack limitations. So a couple of them only have one pack, one kit, like one of each kind of pack and one kit. A few of them only have a couple of expansion packs, I think. It's just, yeah, a very, very small amount of Sims DLC because I understand that it can be a lot by all the different DLC. And not everybody can do it or wants to do it, which again, I totally understand. So yeah, that's why we are pack restricting. I'm also finding it a lot easier for me to build with these restrictions in mind. I've built some somewhat decent things. I'm just crossing my fingers and hoping that they continue being pretty good and pretty decent. I'm pretty happy with most of the builds I've done so far. I've done 6 so far for the Pokemon builds next year, and I'm hoping to get another 2 of them done today. And again, because they're small builds, I can absolutely get them done pretty quick. They're taking about 2-3 hours, which I know used to be like 2-3 hours is what I used to do, and it wasn't that great and fantastic with the builds. But because I am doing smaller builds instead of these massive big builds, in 2 to 3 hours, I don't know. I just think proportionately it's better, and I'm playing around with landscaping a lot more, so it's kind of I don't know. I'm feeling good about some of the landscaping. Some of it I'm still questioning majorly, um, but I don't know. It's kind of exciting, kind of fun. And I really, really, really hope you guys enjoy it because I definitely do. I think it's super fun and I don't know, just some fun different things. And it's gotten me to be like Googling a lot of different inspirational ideas, which is giving me even more ideas, which is fantastic because I've got 1,500, no, 1,025 builds, sorry. to do for this challenge. So it's going to take me years, just over 3 years, I believe. And I'm only technically 6 days into the building, not including editing and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm trying to get into like a good little schedule where I'm getting things done and edited and whatnot. Hoping to be able to do that a bit more often. December is really where it's going to start though, because I'm going to try and stay a month ahead of everything at all times. If I get further ahead, that will be great, because it means if I want to take a break, if I want to go on holidays, if I want to go do something, I absolutely can, and that's what I'm going to do. Like I'm going to be going to uni graduation, which I still haven't booked tickets for or anything like that. I haven't booked flights, haven't booked hotel, nothing. Yeah, it's just something it gives me time to go rest and relax. So I'm hoping to get a bunch of the builds done, and then yeah, next month I'll start pre-recording them and uploading them and things like that, and the shorts and whatnot. So there's a lot going on, and I'm very very excited to actually see it start. Like I know the building has started, but I've always done the building. It's the mass future uploads that I don't really do. And that's just going to become what I do all the time. So yeah, very excited for it. And I guess that's the whole point of keeping packs limited and lot size limited, is so that I don't go over and I don't go overboard and I don't stress myself out. I will allow myself big builds for legendary Pokemon, so not pseudos, but just legendary Pokemon. And I'm definitely learning a lot more about Pokemon as I go along. But if you're not a Pokemon fan, you don't have to worry about that, because I'll probably explain a little bit like, okay, this is this type of Pokemon and blah blah blah. But again, if you just want to enjoy the build, you can absolutely just enjoy the build like you do in hopefully in these videos. But speaking of these videos, we are almost done with this video, so I really hope you enjoyed this build and my ramblings. But yeah, until the next one, I will see you guys later. Bye, guys.